everyone, I am Zazubaar, and welcome to episode 31 of the Demons from Outer Space. Joining me as always, Super DM64.
Hello, YouTube.
Dylan, this is the last Demons from Outer Space pre-G-Fest road trip.
Indeed it is. Indeed.
This is big. This is a big episode, and we've spent ample time prior to starting this recording discussing our plans more in detail since they might bore the listenership, but it's big. I mean, this is the last podcast we will do not having met each other in person. This could have ruined the podcast, dude. We might find out that we just hate each other in person.
I have anticipated this.
I will be bringing a knife with me just in case.
I'm in New York for 5 minutes. Screw it, take me back to the airport. I'll change my leaving flight to whichever one's next.
I fucking hate you guys.
Screw you guys, I'm going.
And then that's Andres and Bill's road trip to G-Fest.
That's a bad thing, though. If I do that, y'all can't get into the hotel.
Yeah, we can't. We'll be fucked. You have to be there. So does Andres. I'm the only one where it's like no, I'm the ride. So you guys, we all have to be there.
And
we all have a role to fill. We have to show up. Also, your ticket is under my name.
That's true.
We all have to be there, so...
If I get all pissed off and be like, screw you guys, I'm going home. Y'all drive to Chicago, and then you remember, oh shit, we can't get into the hotel.
Also, I follow G-Fest on Twitter, and...
looks like we're going to be living in a van down by the river.
Down by the river! I follow G-Fest on Twitter, and they posted how there was one hotel room that opened up G-Fest weekend, and I'm thinking that might have been Nicola's room. I haven't spoken to her in a while, so maybe she found a way to get the reservation revoked, so maybe that was her. I thought maybe that was her room. I don't know, I haven't asked her. I haven't spoken to her in a while.
On my confirmation thing, it's like, if you cancel or just don't show up, we'll just charge you less. Okay, thank you.
Gee, thanks. So, if you still want to go to G-Fest, there's a room open.
It's going, and it's gone right there.
I don't know. I haven't seen any updates on it. So I don't know if it's been taken since then. Yeah. So G-Fest is next week. 1 week from today. 1 week from the 1 week from the time of this recording, we will be in Chicago.
1 week from today.
1 week from today. We'll be in Chicago. Dylan, how excited are you on a scale of 1 to 1,000?
About a 9.
Yeah, I'm not very excited, Bill. I am so pumped, dude. I can't wait. I'm so ready. Part of it is because I have tortured myself with 12 days of work. So I am just ready to be off and have nothing to do, or have stuff to do that I will actually enjoy.
You're like, I'm pumped. I'm like, I'm about as excited as I was the last time I got strep throat.
That's horrible. But I'm ready. I'm so ready, dude. I'm getting myself psyched up with Godzilla shit. I've been rewatching some Godzilla movies, listening to a lot of Godzilla music, and I'm just ready.
Yeah, I should probably do something to that effect. I have not.
Just psych yourself. We'll also psych ourselves up when we meet each other and when we meet up, because, and we'll talk about this. We have decided the film we're going to do a commentary on when we're all together.
Yes,
I mean, it's not kaiju related, but it's in that wheelhouse.
There's 3 things that I probably need to brush up on before I go on the trip, because right now my life consists of Ultra 7 and Star Trek.
Well, one of those will be represented at G-Fest.
Although earlier...
Not what you think either. Oh, no. Kidding.
Kind of like how earlier this year... Oh shit, this year G-Fest is a Star Trek convention.
What if that would happen, like Trekkies just took over G-Fest? You would fit right in. I'd be like...
I'd be alright.
Klingons!
I'd be alright. Somebody give me my forehead prosthetics and my bat left. Let's get to work.
I know what those things are. I don't know what I don't know who Q is.
You don't know who Q is?
I have a vague notion. I'm not quite sure. I know he's some kind of like motherfucker, but you know.
He's a god, but he's the kind of like, you're an ant and I have a magnifying glass god.
Oh, I see. So it's kind of like Gary Mitchell.
He just shows, well, not quite that malevolent, though. I think I misrepresented him. He just sort of shows up and dicks around with people.
Doesn't he wear a Starfleet uniform now?
Sometimes he does. He wears all kinds of shit. Sometimes he, like, takes over people's bodies. It's like there's one time where Patrick Stewart turned around and all of a sudden, Riker was Q.
Oh, shit. Where does he come from?
The Q continuum.
I don't know what that is.
You see, there's an entire...
Is that where Desmond Llewellyn and...
Yes. Yes. No.
Q, the winged serpent, came from?
You see, in the Star Trek...
Q from Transformers 3.
Getting far away from where the conversation started, but I'll just address this quickly. The Q is a member of a larger species called the Q. And they're all also named Q. It's kind of like the Borg, where you have like individuals,
right,
but they're all part of the big collective. Well, in this, you have a bunch of individuals who all happen to have the same name, and it's also the name of their species. But anyway, and they live in this place called the Q Continuum, which is like another dimension type deal.
So they're interdimensional beings?
Yes.
Is he really a villain, or what does he do exactly? Does he just fuck around with people?
He really just kind of he's like Mr. Mixie.
He is? Okay.
Yeah. That's probably the best. The best.
See, that's weird because I've heard him compared to the Master.
He's not that malevolent. Well, the first time he appears, he kind of is.
Right.
But over time, his character sort of softens, and he's more like Mr. Mixie. He shows up and he causes trouble, and then he rides off into the wild blue yonder. The first time he shows up in the show, he is trying Picard for the sins of humanity. But he's never quite.
Oh.
But he's never quite that heavy again after that point.
Right.
I could see him in the first episode being compared to the Master, maybe, but after that, no.
Yeah.
The way his character develops, he very much just becomes Mr. Mixie. In fact, he looks at Picard and the crew of the Enterprise as like the only like real friends that he has in the universe.
Weird. In that universe, you mean not in his universe?
Right,
I'm sure he has.
Right. Whereas in reality, Picard and the rest of the crew can't stand him.
Right, exactly. I mean, that's how Mixie feels about Superman, too.
But he's blissfully ignorant about it. Yeah, I think Mr. Mixie is probably the best comparison that I can draw.
I mean, he has a sexy wife, and he totally ignores her, and that pisses me off.
It's like, Mixie, get in there, man.
There's a moment in Superman TAS where she is just like, fuck me, and he's just like, no, I'm busy fighting Superman.
Later, woman.
This is man's work.
Take thine self to the kitchen and prepareth my sandwich.
Even though this is not how he talks at all.
This is how he should talk. I'd be down for that.
They put him in Lois and Clark: The New Adventures of Superman.
They really.
And they created several different worlds where Superman didn't exist. And he was played by, I think, who played him? I think it may or may not have actually been Gilbert Gottfried. Hang on, I'm gonna look this up.
He was played by Desmond Llewellyn. No.
I remember it wasn't very good. Lois and Clark in its final season was just not very good.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch any of it?
I've seen some of it.
Yeah, it's really...
I've had really limited exposure to Lois and Clark. That seems to just be how I am with Superman TV shows, because fucking Smallville, I never gave a shit.
I never talk about Smallville. I've seen almost all of Lois and Clark. I've seen very little of Smallville.
Yeah. But to get to what I was trying to talk about before we got on this Star Trek kick.
Right.
There are 3 things that I should probably brush up on before I leave, and this is going to be my clever way of announcing what movie we're going to be commentating on. One being I should probably watch a Godzilla movie or two. 2 being, Planet of the Apes, because we're going to see that movie. Fucking review it.
I do need to rewatch Rise.
Yeah, I want to rewatch. I want to rewatch the first one and Rise, maybe Conquest. No, because if I decide to watch Conquest, then I'll feel the need to watch Escape and Battle too, and I just think at the time.
Right.
And then I'll say, screw it, I'm watching all the others. Might as well watch Beneath.
Right, and the original.
But no, the third thing. No, when I said the original, I was referring to Tim Burton. No. And the third thing I should probably brush up on a little bit is Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z. Dylan, tell him why.
Because we're going to be doing a commentary on the abortion that is...
Holy shit.
What?
Dylan, guess who plays Mr. Mixelflick?
Who plays Mr. Mixadick? Who plays him?
Howie Mandel.
Howie Mandel?
Yeah.
Oh.
No wonder I hated it.
That's in Lois and Clark?
Yep.
Huh. How did you get him mixed up with Gilbert Gottfried?
Because he looks like him in that episode.
Maybe he did back in those days. I don't know a lot about young Howie Mandel.
It was 97.
Anyway, we're going to be doing a commentary on the abortion that is 2009's piece of shit. Strangely enough, a better adaptation of Avatar: The Last Airbender than The Last Airbender.
Right?
Dragon Ball Evolution.
Dragon Ball Evolution we are going to do a commentary on. Now, we actually debated about this for a while. This was actually one of our first choices of commentaries to do when we finally meet up in person.
Then we started to think maybe we shouldn't, because maybe...
Yeah, the reasoning was simple. It was because we didn't think enough people would have it where... Because we obviously are not going to show footage of the movie when we do the commentary. I'm not sure what we're going to do.
That would require rights and, like, work. We're not going to do all that.
Not that it would really matter with Dragon Ball Evolution. Nobody's going to raise a shit fit.
You'd be surprised.
I actually uploaded the first trailer for the movie on my YouTube channel and it never got taken down.
You'd be surprised. Dragon Ball Z is the source of my copyright woes. Anyway.
Yeah, but nobody's going to care about Dragon Ball Evolution. Except maybe the Chinese.
They made a lot of movie in Asia, and that's who's going to be copyrighting your ass. Anyway.
Don't like your use of the Dragon Ball Evolution. It's going to be like the whole Kim Jong-un thing with...
we don't like what you did with Dragon Ball Evolution.
No, that's the Japanese. This is the Chinese.
The movie with Goku and Burma.
And Piccolo.
Wait, they were in Burma?
Yes.
They find a ruby.
A long time ago when I was inside Bulma.
Long time ago when I was on Namek, I found a Dragon Ball the size of a tangerine.
That's not that impressive in Dragon Ball standards. Oh, fuck you, Batman.
Actually, yeah, the Earth Dragon Balls are probably the size of a tangerine. The ones on Namek are massive.
Like the size of your fucking head.
Yeah, you've got a big fucking head.
You've got a giant fucking head, you giant-headed piece of shit. Whoa.
I mean, yeah. You get the Dragon Balls on Earth. It's like, baseball, maybe a little bigger. You go to...
size of a tangerine. You got a fucking Namek. Holy shit.
It's a bowling ball, man. It's a bowling ball.
No, it's bigger than a ball. It's like the size of, It's like the size of a basketball.
Yeah.
It's enormous. It's like the size of a beach ball. And it weighs like a ton.
But yeah, the reason we had thought of not doing... this is because, we wanted the commentary to be something that the viewer could watch along with us. So something that was readily available on the internet, something that was readily available on the internet, or something that we thought a lot of people might own. But now we're just throwing that to the wind because something has happened.
Yeah, because of the Chinese.
Apparently, we are getting... It pains me to say this.
Oh, Dylan, I feel you, buddy. I'm with you. Ugh. Skin crawling feeling. Ugh.
A Dragon Ball Evolution 2. Which I really hope they don't I really hope they don't call it Dragon Ball Evolution.
Oh.
Are you done?
Oh.
Are you finished?
Oh.
Just if you need a few more minutes, just mute your mic.
Sorry.
I really hope they don't call it Dragon Ball Evolution 2 because that sounds really stupid. They should call it Dragon Ball with a different subtitle.
I've heard Dragon Ball Revolution passed around.
Dragon Ball Dance Revolution. I'm down for that.
Dragon Ball Days of Yesterday's Tomorrow.
Whoa.
Dragon Ball. I mean, just call it Dragon Ball Z, because that's what it's going to be.
Days of Yesterday's Tomorrow. So you mean today?
Yes, that was the joke, Dylan.
Whoa.
Do we even have to say that this is a bad idea? The movie is, not only is the movie horrible, but it also bombed. This isn't like Godzilla 98, where it did well enough where it might have gotten a sequel, but no, this was, and it really just got shut down because of how critically panned it was, but no, this movie was panned, did terribly at the box office.
This movie got...
And nobody liked it. Nobody was happy with this piece of shit.
This movie made a grand total of $9 million.
$9 million!
Now,
I mean, it was over 9,000 for sure, but that's not that impressive movie-wise.
It should have... No. $9 million is impressive if you're living in the fucking 30s.
Yeah, the original Dr. No, I think made, it made six, it had a budget of six, I think it made like $6 million, or no, 12 million, it made 12 million in its final gross, and the budget was like $6 million or something, so it was a huge success back then.
Yeah, today, you couldn't make fucking Alf for $6 million. You couldn't do it.
Even though they're publicly trying since they are rebooting Alf.
Are they really?
Yeah. Dude, they're rebooting everything now, and Michael Bay is attached to all of it. I'm shocked he's not attached to this fucking Dragon Ball Evolution sequel picture.
Michael Bay's making fucking Power Rangers. What I want to know is
Ninja Turtles.
What I want to know is what they're doing.
The Omen.
I want to know is what they're doing in the sequel. Are they going to do the Saiyan saga? Because there's a problem in that Goku's origin has been irrevocably changed.
Yeah, he's not a Saiyan, or at least supposedly.
He's a space monkey. He's a person.
Who knows?
He's a person from the third planet from the black hole. No,
Well, no, wasn't the premise like it's so convoluted? Wasn't the idea that
in this him and Piccolo,
he was like the reincarnation of
this demon that worked with
Saru?
Of the demon that worked with Piccolo? Yeah, I think.
Isn't that the idea? So there aren't any Saiyans. Also, why doesn't he have a tail?
In this continuity, are him and Piccolo like legit demons?
I think so.
Because in that case, you can't do Saiyans.
Holy shit.
You could do Garlic Jr., I guess.
You could do Garlic Jr. Well, unless they just make the Saiyans something unconnected, which would be stupid.
Actually, you know what? That's not a bad idea. Remake Dead Zone.
That's not a horrible idea. I mean, what could they do? They did the entire saga of Dragon Ball in one movie and just fucked it up so bad.
The only thing I like about it is the costume.
For Goku's costume?
Yeah, I think it works. I think it's a nice cinematic interpretation.
It's fine. It works. It functions.
I thought that worked fine. Piccolo needs antennas. Other than that, he looks alright.
He looks... Yeah, I think the makeup is a disaster.
It's too light of a color.
I think Goku's pants are too baggy.
I think Piccolo needs to be a darker shade of green, and he needs antennas, and then I think it would work fine.
Also, is this supposed to be the same Are they doing the whole Piccolo Senior and Junior thing? Are they going to do the whole he spits out an egg business?
Well, I don't know, because I don't I've seen this movie once, and believe it or not, I don't remember a lot about it.
I've seen it twice.
So I don't recall why. I don't recall whether or not Piccolo lives or dies at the end.
No, he lives. No, he gets entrapped again, I think.
Okay. Now,
I don't remember.
Now, we should probably clarify, the reason this is getting a sequel is that even though...
This has nothing to do with its success. By the way, the budget of the movie was $30 million.
That's a pretty big bomb in terms of the U.S. Now, I say in terms of the U.S.
Huge bomb. It didn't even make half its money back.
When I say in terms of the U.S., that's because apparently, even though it only made $9 million here, it made a whole shit ton of money overseas. And so they're thinking, hey, the Asians bought it once. They'll buy it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's the problem.
And the only reason they did that is because Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z is a huge thing over there. Enormous.
Yeah, it is here too, but I'm pretty sure the fans...
No, it's like a lifestyle over there. It's just...
I know. I'm just saying, like, over here, it's pretty big. I mean...
Yeah.
It has a sizable fan base, but obviously the entirety of the fan base didn't support the movie because we probably took one look at it and was like, this is shit.
My friend and I almost didn't see it because of how bad it looked.
But, what was I about to say?
And we both walked out going, ugh. Do you feel violated? Yeah, so do I.
You know
Goku touched me.
what's worse than the movie?
What?
The game of the movie.
I didn't even try. I didn't even fucking give it a second glance.
I haven't either, but I've seen like gameplay footage, and I'm like, whoa.
It looks pretty stupid. What do? You have like 4 characters you can play as.
It's like, why play that game when you have all these other great...
way more fun, a lot more variety,
You have all
a lot
these-
more colorful,
you have all
as
these-
opposed to this a bizarre attempt at making Dragon Ball realistic, and it's just horrible.
It looks like it's trying to be watered-down Mortal Kombat.
Or watered down Street Fighter.
And that just doesn't work. Well, no, the graphic design is a lot more Mortal Kombat. It doesn't.
Right.
It just doesn't work because
It's ridiculous.
because the games that were out at that time, the Budokai and the Budokai Tenkaichi series, fantastic.
Burst Limit was out at this point.
Tenkaichi 3 is probably my favorite DBZ game ever because
That's hard for me.
because it's essentially the same as Tenkaichi 2, which I loved, only it has more characters.
Tenkaichi 3 is amazing. I haven't played Raging Blast. I don't know if that's any good.
I stayed within the Budokai and the Tenkaichi series because I was like, I ain't spending no more money. I thought
the first Tenkaichi was awesome.
I got all the characters I want in this latest Tenkaichi game. I don't. They even put fucking Frieza's dad in it and King Vegeta. I don't need any other games. Man, almost all the Saiyans can go monkey. I'm good.
Didn't they also need a even Goku?
Kid Goku.
Okay. Didn't they also give Bardock his Super Saiyan power?
And that was a different game.
I think that was Raging Blast.
But in Tenkaichi 3, yeah, Kid Goku can go Great Ape, obviously, and
do you remember how big of a deal it was when in Budokai 3, the original Budokai 3,
they don't let Gohan go Great Ape because it would just be the same as Goku Great Ape, so what's the point? But all of the Saiyan warriors can go Great Ape, so like Raditz, Nappa, Vegeta, obviously, King Vegeta, Bardock.
Did they put in all of Bardock's cronies?
They put in the female, and she can also turn into a giant ape. Turles can go ape. They can all go ape.
Is Turles in the game?
Turles is in the game. Turles was in 2, too. Have you never played Tenkaichi 3?
No, I've only played the first one.
I should fucking bring it, because it's awesome.
You have it on PS3?
No, PS2.
Bring that shit, bro.
It never came out on PS3, I don't think.
Bring that shit, son.
Number 2 was like the only time ever that Tenkaichi 2, it was the only game ever the only DBZ game ever to get recognized on like X-Play and get an award.
Really?
Yeah, and then 3 is essentially the same thing, it's just got more characters.
Right. Bring that shit, dude. We should definitely play it. Maybe we should do a gameplay footage thing.
Yeah, I need to bring my...
Which is also another thing we're planning. We're going to do a commentary on Dragon Ball Evolution. We're also planning on doing some us playing video games.
Oh, but if I bring it, I'll also bring the memory card, because if not, we won't have all the characters.
Yeah, bring the memory card, too. Otherwise, we won't be able to use all the characters.
Yeah, and that's kind of the big thing about the game, is how many fucking characters are in it. You can be Dr. Wheelo, man.
Yeah.
You can...
Oh, that's awesome.
You can be you can be Pilaf in that little robot that he pilots, and then transform into the one that's him and his 2 cronies, the robots connected to each other.
Can you play as Cooler and Metacore?
Yes.
Mecha Frieza?
There are even like obscure ass villains from Dragon Ball. You've got General Blue is in the game. Or not?
Jesus.
Fucking that little android girl from Dr. Slump, who once crossed over with DBZ at one point, or with.
What about? Do you know what we should also watch?
Android 8 is in the game.
You know what we should also watch and do a commentary on?
What?
Dragon Ball Curse of the Blood Rubies.
Ooh.
Do you remember that? I have that on VHS.
I've never actually watched that one.
It is a movie based on the first couple arcs in Dragon Ball.
Yeah, I know what it is. I think you explained it to me when we were doing the DBZ reviews.
Yeah. And it's pretty weird. It's also it's none of the voice cast does it. It's all like a different voice cast, and I actually like it better. A little bit more so than the first couple episodes of Dragon Ball.
Because
it's just shorter.
Yeah, I remember we decided.
But the villain plot is stupid. It's ridiculous.
I remember we decided not to do it in the DBZ movie reviews just because it was just a rehash of what happened in Dragon Ball.
Right.
See, somebody did a drawing where they put Piccolo and Goku in the way they look in the anime, but they put them in the costumes from the movie, and it doesn't look bad.
It's a YouTube video?
No, it's a drawing here.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Well,
let's see the shit.
Well, Goku doesn't look half bad. The Piccolo in that thing isn't that great. I mean, it would work for Demon Piccolo, but I would want good Piccolo to be in what he always wears. But
right. It's taking forever to load.
The suspense.
Yeah, the suspense is killing me, dude. Goku doesn't look half bad. I like that Piccolo's stretchy arm breaks out of the armor.
Actually, it would look really good if it was just one. If they just left one sleeve of it and just had the other one have the arm exposed, that wouldn't look bad.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't go. Goku's pants are too baggy for me personally.
Yeah, that is the only thing about the costume in the movie that I'm like.
And the shoes, I don't like the shoes.
Also,
I prefer the boots.
Also, my big concern was always, how are they going to do Goku's hair? And in Dragon Ball Evolution, they were like, we're not even going to try.
We're going to spike up his hair. What would the Super Saiyan look like in this continuity? Not that it would really... It couldn't really... They would have to contrive such a bizarre explanation to explain that the Saiyans still exist in this continuity, and also that somehow works in with the... With the demon thing and with Uzaru.
I guess the explanation could be that he was maybe he's like Piccolo, because you know how Piccolo, he thought he was a demon, but then he found out later out that he was an alien? What if that's what's going on with Uzaru/Goku? What if in this continuity he's like Piccolo, where he thought he was a demon, but it turns out he's an alien?
How would they explain? They'd have to put in the tails, though, then.
I don't know. There are no tails in this continuity. Maybe none of the Saiyans have tails.
But more than that, Goku's personal origin would have to be different because he's supposed to be a reincarnation.
Right.
They still couldn't do it the same as the movie unless they just or the same as the show unless they just completely retcon a bunch of evolution, which I wouldn't be opposed to.
Okay, here's what we do: reboot.
Right? Just reboot. Give it to somebody who gives a shit. Give it to somebody who isn't afraid to make it look. If they made a real, honest-to-God interpretation of DBZ or Dragon Ball GT, there would have to be a lot of CGI in it.
It's got to look like Man of Steel.
Even more so. I absolutely agree with that. And it wouldn't be for everybody. You can't market Dragon Ball Z to a general audience. No. The only way you're going to bring them in is if you do a really kind of out-there version of the universe, while also making it kind of funny and relatable. And I
mean, I think that doing Dragon Ball Z...
You definitely have to fill in a lot of gaps in order to make the universe make sense on screen.
For me personally, doing Dragon Ball Z as a live-action movie is kind of a bad idea, just because it's this really hard thing to adapt. But if you're gonna...
I agree. I don't think it should exist in the first place, but if you're gonna do it, you gotta go all out.
If you're gonna do it. Do it.
Right. Also, I don't even think you have to adapt any of Dragon Ball. You know what I mean? Because DBZ is the thing that's popular.
Well...
So just open with the Saiyan Saga and have all the... To me, the Dragon Ball itself is like the Superboy stories in Superman.
I don't know, though, because then you kind of got to establish Piccolo.
Yeah, but you could do that in flashback.
And the relationship between Goku and Krillin, which this movie just completely... there is no Krillin. Fuck Krillin.
Krillin would be hard to do in live action. You'd have to get a midget and...
You'd have to cut off his nose.
Right?
Because Krillin in continuity is well aware of the fact that he has no nose. It's not just a design thing. He talks about it.
Yeah, why doesn't he have a nose?
In one of the world's martial arts tournaments, you remember he was fighting an enemy who used stank as a weapon, and the reason he was able to win is because he didn't have a nose.
Was it cut off in a tragic accident?
No, because it doesn't look like it was cut off and healed over. It just looks like he never had one. Maybe that's like a genetic defect in the Dragon Ball Z universe. Maybe some people are born without noses. Maybe some people are born without noses.
I think they'll definitely bring in Tien.
Does it make any less sense than Leonidas?
Fair enough.
Why does Tien have 3 eyes?
I don't know. Wasn't he a demon of some kind?
I don't know. Maybe he's a demon. Maybe he's an alien. I don't fucking know. He's got 3 eyes.
I imagine they'll definitely do Tien, though, in the next movie. I mean, they'll probably fuck him up as much as they fucked up Yamcha.
They'll put the eye in his hand or something.
They'll give him a tattoo or something. You know what I mean? They'll make it real. Don't try and make Dragon Ball Z realistic, because it's just going to make it stupid, and you're going to alienate the fans, and people are going to be confused because they won't appreciate the effort to make it more realistic, because they won't know what the original is.
You're going to put like a badass like dragon tattoo on Tien's face.
Yeah, or no, they'll put an eye tattoo.
No, man. What if the eye in the middle of his forehead was the eye on his dragon tattoo?
I guess.
Well.
I imagine they'll also bring in Kami in the sequel.
You know what?
How the fuck are they gonna do Kami, though?
You know what pisses me off about Dragon Ball?
What?
They introduce all these really cool powers that the characters never use again.
Yeah, exactly.
Tien can grow extra arms. Piccolo can grow giant.
Yeah, which they didn't make use of in the movie at all, even when Goku turned into Uzaru.
No, Piccolo should have both grown giant and had a giant fight. If they had done that, I would enjoy this movie.
Done a giant monster fight! Fuck yes!
In the middle of my Dragon Ball Z movie? I'm down for that.
The reason why I think they need to just cut to Z is they just should open with Goku and Chi-Chi married and just not do any of their stupid-ass fucking boring relationship.
Give me... You know those Lego games, like Lego Batman, Lego fucking... give me a Lego DBZ movie, or game.
That would make sense. That would I'd pay to see that.
I'd love it.
But it's like, wasn't one of the frustrating things about Dragon Ball Evolution the hackneyed relationship between Chi-Chi and Goku? They made Chi-Chi a rich girl rather than a princess.
I've never thought of doing DBZ in Lego form before, but I'm looking at some things on the internet, and I'm like, this could make a really sweet-ass game. Anyway,
But wasn't that just ridiculous? They made Chi-Chi like a rich girl, and just the attempt at making Dragon Ball realistic.
Well, she is technically a rich girl.
No, but they cut out all of the fantastic elements. Somebody's driving around a fucking Camaro. It's like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, that's the thing. And then she fucking, she's not a badass. She's supposed to be a badass.
I mean, she is to a certain extent, but it's like not enough.
Chi-Chi is the only thing that Goku truly fears.
That's right. That's it. And he's not afraid of her. I mean, he's afraid of her as much as any guy is afraid of any attractive girl.
And the only reason is because everybody's scared of Chi-Chi.
Exactly. Nobody likes her. Everybody's terrified of her, including her own children and her husband.
People will like go to great lengths not to piss off Chi-Chi, just because an angry Chi-Chi is the last thing you want.
She went fucking Kaioken against Krillin's girlfriend during the Cell Saga.
Chi-Chi is in actual DBZ what like Popo is in Abridged. Nobody.
Yes, exactly.
Ain't nobody in Abridged gonna fuck with Popo. Ain't nobody in regular gonna fuck with Chi-Chi.
Shenron is afraid of Popo in Abridged. I mean, Shenron never interacts with Chi-Chi in the regular series, unless there's something I'm not remembering. But
I think he
would be afraid of Chi-Chi.
I think he'd be scared.
Oh, it's you, Master. Is it time to lay waste to this world? Nah, give them a couple 100 years. See if they can clean this shit up.
Imagine if that was Chi-Chi.
That'd be great. It'd be amazing.
Is it time?
She just terrifies Shenron into giving her more wishes.
Why don't they use Chi-Chi more often? Oh no, Frieza came back to Earth. Send in the Chi-Chi.
Because then we wouldn't have Trunks being a badass, and that scene is awesome.
You don't need Trunks to be a badass. You've already got Chi-Chi.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a giant monster in this movie. Send in Chi-Chi.
Drop her like a fucking A-bomb on that shit. Just have her yell at it to death. How dare you fucking step... Nobody steps on a church in my town!
I mean, when your name is also a euphemism for boobs, you're gonna be tough.
Is that true?
Yeah, you've never heard people use the word Chi-Chi as a euphemism for boobs?
I've heard it as ass.
Oh, really? I've heard it as boobs.
I've never heard that before.
Maybe it's just the TNA. Oh,
Tits and ass.
You know the one thing that kind of pisses me off about Budokai Tenkaichi 3?
What?
You can play as little kid Chi-Chi. You can't play as adult Chi-Chi. I want adult Chi-Chi.
That's bizarre.
Give me both. I want both.
Did you play as any GT characters?
Yeah, all the villains. Oh, well.
Including, like, Teen Goten?
No, Teen Goten isn't in it.
That's weird, but I'm sure they differentiate between the different ages of Gohan, right?
Yeah, all the different forms of Gohan are in it. Even the Gohan from History of Trunks.
I remember that was in the first Tenkaichi, and I thought that was awesome.
Well,
They also do Trunks from that, right?
yeah, no. You have Kid Trunks
Really?
and you have Future Trunks. Well, technically, Future Trunks is the Trunks from that.
Yeah, true.
They don't give you Teen Trunks. You don't have any of Goku's family from GT except for Goku and Pan, but you have all of the major villains. So you have every form of Baby Vegeta. You have.
Oh, cool.
Super Android 17. Yeah.
Including Normal Baby?
No, you don't have Normal Baby. Everything from the time he possesses Vegeta.
So,
which I'm okay with not giving me.
Zaru,
Yeah,
full on, and then when he has the tank top, the wife beater.
When he just has the tank top, that like halfway form in between tank top and full on, when he's got like the wings.
When did he have wings?
You don't remember this?
No.
Hold on. It's not.
No, I'm gonna try and find a picture of it. Hang on.
It's not really wings. It's his armor in that form kind of looks like wings.
Oh, I know. It's in between tank top and Uzaru.
Yeah, in between.
Is that what you're talking about?
In between tank top and his main form. Hold on.
Oh, Baby Vegeta. Baby.
I found it. I'm gonna send you this image link so you'll know what I'm talking about. So.
No, I found it. Oh, I remember this.
Yeah, there's an in-between form in between the form that everybody remembers and the tank top.
I do remember this.
And I actually like that form. I like the wing look on the armor. And he's fun to be in the game, but the best thing to be in the game is the Uzaru form, because Gold Uzaru kicks so much ass. Anyway,
I love when Vegeta fights Baby Goten and Baby Gohan.
Yeah, it's great. It's one of the great moments from GT. There are good moments in there.
All of them come from Vegeta. Vegeta is the most interesting character in GT.
You just gotta sit through the shit.
You gotta sit through the crap to get to the cool stuff.
Anyway, and then there's Super Android 17 is in it. And Omega Shinron and his what's the form he has before he becomes Omega Shinron, Sin Shinron or whatever?
Sin Shinron.
Yeah, and then there was one more.
Do you play as all the Shinrons?
No, they only have Omega, Sin, and the Flame one. What's his name?
Nova?
Yeah, Nova.
Oh, okay. That's disappointing. I wanted to play as the Frozen one, too.
Yeah.
The ice one that blinds Goku.
I wish they had at least had him as well, but I'm okay with not having him.
I think that's one of the best sagas or one of the best battles in GT is Goku versus Nova and then Sin Shinron.
The fact that I have just about every DBZ character plus so many obscure like Dragon Ball characters, I was fine with having big gaps in the GT department. I kind of wish there was Rildo. I like Rildo. Well, I like Rildo's design more than I like Rildo.
Is that to do with the swords?
That's the guy that they fight in space, who's basically the T-1000.
Yes, is he in it?
He's not in the game, no. I was saying he's one character that I kind of wish was there because I do like him.
Yeah.
Because he's like the T-1000.
What about the Kais? Can you play as the Kais?
You can play as Supreme Kai, and you can play as Supreme Kai when he fuses with Kibito.
What about no King Kai? I've always wanted to play as King Kai.
King Kai doesn't fight, so.
But that's why it would be awesome.
I mean, I guess, but no.
It'd be like playing as the Cybermen. No, not the Cybermen, the Cybermen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Not the Cybermen, the Cybermen.
Oh, you'll be happy to know that the Cybermen are in there.
Yeah, who cares?
Woohoo! You remember in
You'll go wahoo!
Did you ever play Budokai 2? You remember the Mighty Morphin Cybermen?
The board game thing, yeah.
You remember the Mighty Morphin Cybermen?
Yes! They morphed in the movies, too. Remember when they have the other Cybermen in, that's what Dr. Wheelo uses against Piccolo?
Oh yeah, the robot ones. I think they just look like Cybermen. I don't think they're actually supposed to be Cybermen.
Akira Toriyama just reused the designs.
Because Akira Toriyama has, like, a few design elements that he reuses over and over and over and over.
Piccolo is one of them too.
And then you just take a bunch of them and throw them together, and you get Cell.
Indeed.
I'm trying to think if there's...
We should also announce this now while we're talking about DBZ. And I had no idea this video would turn into a DBZ rant.
I'm trying to think if there's any like other characters that are in that game that is like really impressive. Like, oh my god, I can't believe they put him in there.
Whatever the next game is, they're definitely going to put what's his name? The dude from Battle of Gods.
Right. What is his name? I don't know.
I have no idea.
You know Cooler's henchman?
The ones in the first movie.
Yeah, but just the French one.
Saltzer. No, wait. Yeah, Saltzer.
He's in the game.
He was in Budokai 3 also.
And I never knew this until I read his biography in the game, but apparently he's from the same planet as Jace.
That makes sense.
Yeah, apparently just some of them are red and some of them are blue.
And some of them are from Australia and some of them are from France.
And like the red ones, they segregate the blue ones. I wouldn't be surprised, man.
What planet is Raccoon from?
I don't know. Planet Raccoon.
Fat Planet?
Planet Raccoon.
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 He's from the planet learning disability.
The only thing that frustrates me about the game, and it makes total sense, but it still frustrates me, if you play as any character like an android or a robot, you can't charge up your own energy. You have to wait on it to charge up on its own because you're mechanical, which it makes sense.
Right.
It's just it's frustrating when you're playing the game.
Does that include the Metacooler and Mecha Frieza?
No, I think they're exempt from that. No, actually, I think Mecha Frieza can charge up just because he's still part biological, but I'm pretty sure Metacooler...
Right, Metacooler is entirely robotic.
Yeah, Metacooler, you have to wait. I wish they had the wire form of Metacooler.
Are all the movie villains in there?
Yeah, all the movie villains.
So, Janemba...
Both forms of Janemba.
Hirudegarn?
Hirudegarn's in there.
You can play as Hirudegarn? Which form?
Just the second form.
Oh, that's disappointing. You can't play as like half of Hirudegarn?
I wish you could play as the first form and then transform into the second form, but you can't, and whatever.
That's kind of stupid.
Hirudegarn's the cool look. The second form's the better looking one anyway.
Lord Slug?
Lord Slug's in it.
Really? Alright, that's weird.
And you can go giant.
Bojack?
Bojack is in it. Both forms.
I'm going to try and find one that's not... Bojack's henchman?
The female one.
Not the one that matters. Not the Arab-looking fellow? He's not in it?
No, just the female. I mean, the game's already got a roster of like 200-plus characters on a PS2 game. They couldn't put everybody.
Hang on, I'm gonna try and find more holes in it.
Let's see, Garlic Jr.'s in.
After Bojack was Janemba right after? No, that was Broly, I'm assuming, is in it.
Let's just go in order, why don't we? That'll make it a little easier. Garlic Jr., both forms in the game. Dr. Wheeler.
What about Broly? What about the different, do they have Bio Broly?
They don't have Bio Broly, but they have all three forms of normal Broly. So you can play as dark-haired Broly, you can play as first form Super Saiyan Broly, and then you can be Legendary Broly.
Right. You could do that in Budokai 3 also.
Yeah.
And Broly's campaign was awesome, because he just went around killing everybody. And the cool thing about...
campaign, and Tenkaichi 3 is the one that I replay the most often just because it has all the characters, and it's just, you put it in, you do a few fights till you get bored, and then you take it out. But every now and then I go back and I revisit 3 because the campaigns, and Broly's is amazing.
Budokai 3?
Yeah, Budokai 3, regular Budokai.
Yeah, Broly's, because they do alternate continuities. Or, alternate endings. They did the same thing in the original Budokai. Including one where Vegeta went Super Saiyan right after fighting Goku for the first time.
Yeah, which makes very little sense.
But it's awesome.
I like the one better where Cell has the nightmare where he absorbs Krillin.
That was awesome.
I wish Krillin Cell, or whatever you want to call him, was in all the games.
Yeah, Vegeta went Super Saiyan 2. There was a whole quest by Vegeta to go Super Saiyan 2.
Yeah.
And that ended differently.
They do all kinds of shit. They do some alternate continuity shit in the Tenkaichi games too. One of the obscure Dragon Ball characters that they put in is freaking Devilman. And there's a
They put Devilman in it?
Yeah, and there's a what if continuity.
Why not put Captain Chicken in that shit then?
There's an alternate continuity story in Tenkaichi 3 where Devilman shows up and saves Earth from Frieza and his dad.
Really?
Yeah.
Weird.
And it actually
Weird.
makes sense because Devilman's ultimate attack is supposed to be this thing that like takes evil energy and turns it against the person that owns it, kind of like the move that Gogeta used at the end of Fusion Reborn.
Can you play as the different forms of Super Boo?
Yes. You can't do Piccolo absorbed, whatever. He was only alive for like 2 minutes.
2 seconds, maybe. Then he absorbed Gotenks.
You have Gotenks absorbed and you have Gohan absorbed.
Full potential Gohan?
Yes.
Which is kind of Gohan Super Saiyan 3.
But with black hair.
Is that how they do it in that game? They do it Super Saiyan 2, and then full absolute potential, or whatever it was called?
Yeah. Although I think the absolute potential is like listed as a separate character. So like,
is it really?
So like you can't transform.
Oh, so they do it differently, because in Budokai 3 it was you transformed into it after Super Saiyan 2.
Yeah, but it makes more sense because technically it is a different phase of his life if you look at the continuity, because that's when the old Kai like released his potential. So it's not the same thing as going Super Saiyan 3.
No, it's completely different, but I like that progression.
Yeah, but if I'm not mistaken, he's listed as a separate character in Budokai 3, so you can't be Super Saiyan 2 Gohan and then hit the button and transform into potential, which...
Is the Super Saiyan transformation complicated in Tenkaichi 3? Because in Budokai 3 it's like a pain in the ass.
No, it's not that hard once you figure out how to do it.
Like, I remember I had to switch the controls because it was like a 3-button combo to go Super Saiyan, and I was like, I just want to hit L1 and go Super Saiyan like the original Budokai.
Yeah. It's really not that complicated. It's a very easy game to play once you pick it up. And it's like riding a bike. Every time I go back, I jump right back into it.
So here's my question: when you play as Goku and you have all the Super Saiyan forms unlocked,
right? And
do you go right from 3 to 4?
No, because what happens is there are 4 different versions of Goku in the game.
You got to play as Kid Goku to turn into Super Saiyan 4, don't you?
You have to play as Kid Goku from... But here's the thing, in the Tenkaichi games, you don't have to start as Kid Goku, you can skip and just start the battle in Super Saiyan 4 mode.
That's weird.
Because when you select your character, it opens up a pop-up menu and you can pick which form you want to start the battle in.
That's really bizarre.
It works because it's made so that you can like recreate any battle that you want to. So like...
Can you also pick any Super Saiyan form, like Super Saiyan 3?
Yeah, like...
Or that you have to turn into?
Because the different versions of... So you have 3 different versions of Goku from DBZ, and the reason is each version has different attacks based on where he is in the continuity. So you have early...
Oh, is that true? That's fucked up.
So you have an early version of Goku who's like the one from like the Saiyan saga, and obviously he can't go Super Saiyan. Then you have a mid-level Goku who goes Super Saiyan and can do the angry Kamehameha from when he was on Namek. It's basically just a way of like letting you use whatever of the moves you want to use because you can pick where you are in the continuity.
Is it like an ultimate version though, where you can use all the attacks?
No, because you only have so many button combos.
Oh, all right, that's weird.
Because it's not laid out like a. You played Tenkaichi 1, you know it's not like.
It's not a fighting game, really.
It's not really. Yeah, it's more of a. It's
kind of a mix between the Budokai series and also. Do you remember Dragon Ball Z Sagas?
Yeah, it's kind of the environments are destructible. You have 3D movement. You can go up and down and all over.
Like Sagas.
Yeah.
Did you like Sagas?
I only played a little bit of it. I don't. Really...
I beat it. It's not bad. It only goes up to the Cell Saga, which was weird because Budokai 3 had just come out and it went up to the Buu Saga. But yeah. I think Buu Saga was new when Sagas came out.
Well, the Buu Saga was in Budokai 2.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Budokai 3 had GT in it,
3
didn't
started to add some of the GT shit, and then it also added some of the movie shit.
So why wouldn't Sagas go up to Buu? Oh, I think they planned a sequel. And they were going to do... I'm going to look this up quick.
But see, they do a similar thing with they do it with all of them. With Vegeta, you have different versions of Vegeta you can play as. You can play as Scouter Vegeta when he's in the Saiyan armor and all that fuck. And there's actually one of the alternate color schemes for Vegeta. You remember the first time he appeared in Z and he had that fucked up color scheme where like his hair was brown and his
yeah, and his armor was red and all that.
Yeah, you can set it to where you look like that. It's really cool.
Did you know that they released a Dragon Ball GT game that was separate from from everything else, and it was
I had a GT Game Boy Advance game, but are you talking about like a big like PS2 game?
PlayStation game, original PlayStation.
Oh, I have heard of this.
And it's horrible.
I have heard that.
It's terrible. I played it. It was really bad.
I have a strange. I've been sitting here talking about Tenkaichi 3. I have like this urge to play it now. Anyway.
Bring it with you though. We should totally play that.
So yeah, like if you decide to be Cell in a mission, just say, you don't have to start out as Form 1 Cell and then transform your way up to Perfect. You can start the battle as Perfect if you want to, or you can start as 2, you know, whatever you want.
Yeah, no. I think in the original Budokai games, I think you had to transform.
Yeah, you have to start in the third form. That's one of the things I like about the Tenkaichi ones, is it's like, it's your thing, do what you want to do.
Right.
See, the sucky thing about the first Tenkaichi game, though, was you picked which form you wanted to start the battle in, but you couldn't transform. Like, if you started off as first form Goku, it wouldn't let you transform into Super Saiyan. In Tenkaichi 2 and Tenkaichi 3, they fixed that problem, so if you start in one form, you can still become the other one.
Right. Yeah, I only played up to the first Tenkaichi, and then I bought Burst Limit on the PS3 just to have a DBZ game on the PS3.
Right. Oh, Tapion's in it. I forgot about Tapion. Tapion. Got a sword.
Tapion.
You know, guy who fights Hirudegarn.
Right.
There's a bunch of...
Oh, that's right.
There's a bunch of versions of Gohan, because you've got Kid, you've got Teen, you've got Adult, you've got Alternate Future, you got Great Saiyaman.
So then they also have Teen Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, who's a badass.
Videl is in the game, and you can also be Great Saiyaman 2.
Right, with the heart and everything.
I was disappointed.
Which version of Great Saiyaman
I was disappointed that Hitler wasn't in the game. Well,
yes.
It depends, because you have alternate...
Do they have both versions of Janemba?
Yeah, big fat yellow one and little rip.
Do they really? Because Budokai 3 only had the final form.
Yeah. You have both in this game.
How does that work? Do you transform or do you pick the form?
Same thing as I've been talking about. You can choose to start in the second form if you want to, or you can start in first and transform if the need be.
Right. Okay. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Do you remember where he got the sword from?
Trunks.
No, I remember that, but do you remember where Janemba got the sword from, or did he just create it?
I think he just sort of created it. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't watched Fusion Reborn in a while.
Yeah, I haven't watched it since we did the reviews.
I haven't watched any of them since we did the reviews.
Yeah, likewise.
I'm kind of itching now.
Can you play as Batman in the game, Dylan?
Yes. No.
Does he wear assless chaps?
I mean, you can play as Great Saiyaman. That's kind of like Batman mixed with Superman.
Yeah, it's Super Bat Omega Arrow Man.
Super Bat Ultraman.
Super Bat Ultra Super Omega Green Arrow Lantern Spider Hulk Man.
They have alternate color schemes.
From the Planet X.
They have alternate color schemes. Well, it's not always. Sometimes it's just an alternate color scheme. Sometimes it's actually an alternate costume. Like, I can be Goku, mid-level Goku from like the Android and Cell sagas, and be in the costume that he was in when he came back to Earth from being in space.
From Yardrat, yeah.
Yeah, I can select that armor.
I remember
the trick is
there was a level on Yardrat in Dragon Ball Z sagas.
The problem is they never tell you which one is which. Like, when you choose the alternate color scheme or an alternate costume, it's just numbers. So, like, you have to be, like, number 1 or number 2 or number 3, and they don't tell you which one it is. And so I had to experiment and figure out which one was which, and I wrote it all down, and I don't know where my list is.
Do you remember in Tenkaichi, because I remember they did this in the Budokai games, that you could apply handicaps and perks? Like, you could give the heart disease?
Yeah, what's it called?
Can you do that in Tenkaichi?
Yeah, you can give, like, items to the characters.
Right, the capsules, yeah.
Yeah, and then they'll give them, like, abilities. Like, I gave one to Kid Goku. Not Kid Goku from GT, but Kid Goku from Dragon Ball. I gave him one to where he could fly.
Oh, okay.
Because the characters that can't fly, they just do this thing where they, like, jump up and then they sink back down to the ground.
Can you play as Gokule?
No.
Do you remember Gokule?
I do. Why would you want to play as Gokule?
Because that'd be fun. I mean, you can play as Hercule in the game, I'm assuming, right? Mr. Satan?
You can be Hercule. But no.
Why wouldn't you want to be Gokule, then?
Because Goku is stupid.
He's awesome, Dylan. He is amazing.
The game has Garlic Jr. I'll take that over Goku.
I'd play as Goku.
You can be Demon King Piccolo.
Right.
And he actually has one of his attacks is actually him spitting out an egg and it turning into one of the things that he made in the show, and then it attacks the enemy. That's another one of the characters. One of the minions that he created is in the game. The one with wings.
Who are we talking about again?
Demon King Piccolo had the ability to spit out eggs and make.
Oh, that's right.
Make like henchmen, which is something that regular Piccolo should do. Again, Dragon Ball, coming up with all these great ideas and then never using them again. One of the characters in the game is actually one of the henchmen that he created.
There was also a Wii game that took place in the Dragon Ball timeline. That was about King Piccolo and everything. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Oh,
I didn't play it.
This is impressive. You can be Bobbity.
Why would you want to be Bobbity?
I don't know, but the fact that...
Can you be Bibbidi?
No, you can't be Bibbidi.
Why can't you be Bibbidi?
You already got Bobbity and you already got Boo. What, you want Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo? You can't have Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. You gotta...
There's no Boobity, it's Boo. It's Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo.
I didn't say Bibbidi Bobbidi Boobity.
That's what I heard.
That's not what I said. I just said Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. I said you can't have Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. You gotta have Bibbidi Bobbidi or Bibbidi Boo. You can't have both.
Hey, I'm walking here. This is confusing.
Yeah, there's no Bibbidi. That fat version of Bobbity. There's just Bobbity.
Speaking of Dragon Ball Z, Battle of Gods is coming out in the U.S. in theaters.
It is.
And I'm going to see it in New York City.
And I'm going to find it on the internet somewhere.
And then we are going to review the fuck out of it.
Because we promised to do an addendum to our DBZ movie reviews. And an addendum we will do.
Yes, that's great. That is great alliteration. And yeah, we will do that. I'm assuming, based on the timeline, that'll go up on my channel.
Yeah.
Since you're not going to have unlimited uploads.
I'm still limited to my time limit. Well, once that is lifted, I'm probably going to re-upload the last few DBZ reviews on my channel.
Yeah, totally.
Be like, they're home.
I'm not taking that shit down.
Fine. You keep those views, motherfucker.
I will, bitch.
It's alright, bitch.
No, the overall view count never goes away, even if you delete videos.
Alright, bastard.
Are you a fucking cocksucker?
Alright, you dumbass.
So Dylan, about this road trip. Oh, I turned the tables this time! Yes!
Love the old switcheroo.
The tables have turned. The moon has shifted. The leaf has turned. I remember when I was reading the Dragon Ball Z mangas.
The paint has dried, yep.
What? I remember when I was reading the DBZ mangas. They used that phrase constantly, turning over a new leaf, when referring to Piccolo.
Yeah.
It was never that he was switching sides. It was always he's turning over a new leaf. Always, like that's like a metaphor you throw in every now and then. But they used it constantly, almost like it was science. Like he was actually doing that.
He has removed.
Like it was a physical action.
He has removed his leaf, and now he is turning over another one.
Dun dun dun.
He's
doing it slowly.
What was I about to say? Damn it, I lost it. I was gonna say somebody else who's in the game, and now it has drifted away into nothingness.
I don't know. I don't know who. What about
Fucking Apple is in the game.
Apple?
He's one of Frieza's henchmen.
I don't remember him.
He has like a kind of sort of rivalry going on with Vegeta, and then Vegeta throws him up in the air and blows him away.
Oh, that's right.
Purple guy with antennas coming out of his chin.
Right.
Apple.
Right.
The name is spelled more like a pool, but it's pronounced Apple.
Yeah, that's how I remembered a pool. Because that's what he's called in a bridge, so that's what I was thinking of.
Wait, no, that's not a pool. A pool is the see, I'm getting confused because he's in the game too. The guy that has the rivalry with Vegeta, what's his name?
A pool.
No, a pool is this other purple guy with like a really long like xenomorph head.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, the other dude. The dude who was in DBZ. Abridged.
Yeah, he... Oh, what's his name? They're both in the game, but what's his name? Also, that one random Frieza soldier who, like, looks like alien Hulk Hogan, he's in the game. But,
What about, like,
Pui Pui. Pui Pui, is that his name? Pui Pui?
That's it, Pui Pui.
Yeah,
That's his name.
Pui Pui.
Why would we ever do a video about fucking DBZ?
I'm not playing the game right now.
Totally not. Definitely not. Never. Never would you do such a thing while we're recording a podcast.
No, those aren't button mashing noises you're hearing in the background.
Never. Never ever.
Take that. No, anyway,
So, we're the roundabout place this takes us to is we are going to do a commentary on Dragon Ball Evolution when we meet up in person and do all of our G-Fest stuff.
That piece of shit.
That piece of crap. It's going to be fun, though. We're going to have so much fun tearing into that movie. I can't wait. The only question is how we're going to get our hands on it. Did you mention something about it being on Amazon Instant Video?
It is Amazon Instant Video. It can be rented for like $3. $3?
Oh, God. Oh, my God. $3 whole. Wasted on that piece of shit.
On one hand, it's like I'm giving $3 to Dragon Ball Evolution. On the other hand, it's like I'm spending $3 to make a good video. You know, whatever.
True. Wow, that's a really optimistic way to look at it, dude. Nice.
Which is why I'm not looking at it that way. I can't believe we're spending $3 on this piece of shit movie.
I know, right? It's shocking. But yeah, we will watch that. We will do commentary on it. We'll probably do that as all audio. It really wouldn't make much sense to get our reactions in there, though that might be fun too. Though we'll probably just do audio for the sake of simplicity. And it should be good. When do you leave for New York?
Tuesday, Bill.
What time? I knew it was Tuesday, but what time?
Let me just grab my thing.
My thing.
By that I mean my calendar.
God, I made him put down the controller for a second. I'm a horrible friend.
Let's see here. I will be flying out of Nashville at 9:50.
Okay, and then you're arriving at 1:02, right? Am I remembering that right?
Yes.
Cool. Andres will get there 4 hours before you. Well done.
Technically, in my time, it'll be 12:02, but, you know, I'm changing time.
Never put cage in a bear. You put... Wait, what?
You got that all bass backwards.
Just like my hat.
Your hat is
See,
bass
the thing
backwards.
is that...
I forgot about that.
We are going to be... My time zone will be easy enough to adjust to, and it'll be easier for you because you're going into another time zone than going back to your own.
Well, it'll be easy for me because
we...
I'm also used to making periodic trips to East Tennessee, which is in the same time zone as you.
Right. Andres will be going from his time zone to a 3-hour time difference in my time zone, then back to a 1-hour difference in technically your time zone.
No, a 2-hour difference.
1 hour difference from where he was prior to that, though.
Well, that's a weird way of saying it.
What? Fine, Dylan, fine. I give in.
Why you do this, we're for Barry?
Why you do this, Dylan McCandless?
I am too distracted kicking Pui Pui's ass to care about that right now.
I hate you so much right now. Last week you're fucking talking to Andres about Doctor Who, and we're trying to do the DFOS. What is this, Dylan? Why you do this?
No, I'm sitting here playing DBZ.
Why you do this? What if we just played video games the whole time? We didn't actually talk.
What if it was just the sound of us button mashing?
Yeah, I'm gonna play Godzilla Smash while you're fucking doing that. How about that, Dylan? How about that? How do you like the sound of dem apples, Dylan? How do you like the sound of dem apples?
Andres went to sleep when we did a commentary on Lost Skeleton of Cadaver the first time, so you know what? This is less bad than that. At least I'm still alive.
Less bad.
I'm alive and talking instead of being...
Fair enough.
instead of being asleep and snoring.
Dylan, you gotta see this shit. You gotta see this thing. I'm gonna send this to you. This is amazing. Hang on. Joke based on... Remember the Thor 2... Speaking of China, the Thor 2 poster in China of Thor holding Loki in a very sexual way?
Yeah, what's up with that? Why you do this, China?
Hang on. Share...
I'm gonna.
Dylan.
But if I look at this, I'm gonna have to put down the controller.
OS. Shiz. Alright, check Facebook.
Alright, pausing my game. Clicking my thing. Oh! Oh!
Isn't that amazing?
That's way worse than the Thor one.
Isn't it just beautiful, Dylan?
I'm tagging Adam. Oh, why?
Why you do this, Marvel and DC?
Why you do this?
You tagged Adam, nice.
It's not gonna matter because he hates Superman.
Yeah, but he will be embraced by him now.
He would rather have fucking Batman, Robin, assless chaps yowie.
Oh, of course he would rather have that, but...
And honestly, at this point, now that it's become a thing on the show, I'd kind of like to see that too.
What? What?
Just for the inside joke. Just like, yeah, it exists. Oh.
Jose Garcia, you have been ordered.
Batman, Robin, wearing assless chaps.
Oh my god. I'd rather see like Ben Affleck Batman wearing it than like a young... Or like full-on, non-minor Chris O'Donnell.
Oh, and we've asked Jose Garcia for some fucked up shit.
This would maybe cross a line.
Most recently, something that I'm not going to reference because it happens on SOS, which we recorded before this, but is getting posted after this. Time travel.
Yes. Oh, speaking of that, did you see the new teaser trailer?
The one where it's that same shot of Capaldi.
Clara, am I a good man?
The shot where you can see Capaldi, but you can't see Capaldi. Yeah.
And then it has dialogue in it. Is that the one you saw?
Yes, this one has dialogue, everybody.
Like 6 seconds, but it's there. Tell me, Clara. And he says something I can't understand.
Tell me, Clara.
Am I a good man?
Can you speak up there, Capaldi?
Can you chill out with the Scottish accent for a second? Though clearly he's subduing the Scottish accent for a British accent.
See, Clara, we call him Goodger.
You'll see, Clara, we call him the Daleks. What? We are calling them the Daleks.
The Daleks.
The Daleks.
The Daleks?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, the Daleks. Yes. And the Weeping Angels.
It's sad when you do a 5-on-5 tag team match and you only lose 2 people.
What are you referring to?
Oh, I'm playing a game. Anyway.
I know you're playing Tenkaichi 3?
Yeah.
This tag teams?
You can do tag teams.
Oh, isn't it like if somebody gets knocked out, you get thrown in, or...
Yeah, but you can also, like, tag out early. Like, if you're getting your ass...
Thus the name tag team.
If you're getting your ass kicked, you can be all like, come help me, bro! And then they'll come help you.
Right, and he'll use those exact words. Yo, bro, I needs, like, some help here, yo, bitches.
Come help me, bro.
Jesse Pinkman from Breaking Bad. Yo, Bryan Cranston as fucking King Cold in the DBZ movie. Hashtag that shit.
Is he really? He should be.
He should be. Yeah, that's been cast, Dylan. They announced Dragon Ball Evolution today and it's already being cast.
They jumped right to King Cold. Because why not?
Because, shut up.
Because.
Alright, Dylan, I'm going to pitch 2 things to you. And you have to pick...
I will not catch them.
You son of a bitch. You have to pick one of these 2 things. And depending on which one you think would make more money, and which one do you think would be a better movie, if that even matters in the case of making more money.
Of course, being a better movie doesn't matter in the case of being more money, or making more being more money.
Being money. You have to become money.
My name is now Mo Money Bitches.
You either have to produce direct and fund and write a live-action Yu-Gi Man movie, or Yu-Gi-Oh! for you laymen out there.
So, two guys playing a card game, really cheap to make, alright.
But no, you gotta make it based on the continuity with all the holograms and shit.
No, fuck that shit.
Now you gotta do it.
I'm doing Year Zero Yu-Gi Man.
Oh, that'd be so much cooler. Alright, if you do a year... Because I'm doing this mainly as a joke. If you do a Year Zero Yu-Gi Man movie, I'd totally be down for that. I would see the fuck out of that movie.
You gotta make a normal Yu-Gi-Oh movie first, and then you make it as a prequel. It's like, before there were dual monsters, there was only Yu-Gi Man. Or a Rapu Man movie. Oh, Rapu Man. No, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Well, Rapu Man because it'd be more awesome, but the Yu-Gi Man movie because in terms of commercial success, I think you have a better shot.
What if you did Rapu Man as like a cult horror movie? I actually think it'd be more popular if you did it as a cult horror movie than a Yu-Gi Man movie, especially if it was a Year Zero movie, because then that wouldn't appeal to kids.
You could do a Rapu Man movie that was like all like didn't take itself seriously, like this upcoming Birdman movie.
Birdman.
Only it would be more.
Is that based on the DC? On the Hanna Barbera Birdman, or is that just its own thing?
It's about an actor who plays a superhero called Birdman.
No, I know, but is it like based on the Birdman thing?
Clearly, they drew inspiration from that, but it's not technically based. Like it's not going to be a Birdman movie. I mean,
Birdman. Sorry,
he's not going to be an attorney at law.
Oh, nice. What's the difference between Birdman and Hawkman?
I don't know. One's owned by Hanna-Barbera and one's owned by DC.
But they had a Hawkman cartoon at the same time as Birdman. What was the difference?
One was owned by Hanna-Barbera and one was owned by DC.
Here is the difference, though, Dylan. Birdman had a pet bird, but Hawkman was too highbrow for that shit. He was above other birds. Birdman knew his roots.
Oh, was this a hypothetical question where you already knew the answer before you asked me the question?
Yes.
Oh.
So I basically set you up for failure.
Remember that?
As revenge for you playing a video game while we're trying to do a podcast, you selfish son of a bitch.
Remember that other Hanna-Barbera superhero that was like... He wore like a blue costume and he was like a falcon or something?
No. I remember Squiddly Diddly.
I think it was Hanna-Barbera. It might have been some other cartoon.
I want to see the dark and gritty Squiddly Diddly movie.
I want to see the dark and gritty, that cartoon where the Three Stooges were cyborgs movie.
Robo Stooges. Yes! Where they were like Inspector Gadget type cyborgs, where like they were always falling apart and shit.
Actually, you know what you gotta make? You know what you gotta make a movie of? Wacky Racers.
Yes, Frankenstein Jr. Yes.
All those Hanna-Barbera. See that
giant robot Frankenstein type thing that goes around fighting nobody. That thing never fought anything. It just flew around and crashed into shit, and that was it. That's how it solved its problems. It was like Underdog.
Yeah.
But I want to see a Frankenstein Jr. movie where he's like fighting kaiju and shit. It'd basically be Pacific Rim, but with Frankenstein Jr.
That's the Avengers of the Hanna.
It'd be better than I Frankenstein.
That's the Avengers of the Hanna-Barbera universe. You make all these movies setting up all these characters, and then you put them in one movie, and it's a race.
The Wacky Racers, yes. Was Magilla Gorilla Hanna-Barbera?
I believe so.
And Wally Gator. Why didn't they ever cross those two over? They were like the same. They were like the same premise. Wally Gator and Magilla Gorilla. It was the same fucking premise. It was an alligator that wanted to be free. Basically, it was like a slave allegory, where it was trying to escape, and he always got captured. And wasn't that the premise of Magilla Gorilla too? I remember that was the Wally Gator premise, but was that Magilla Gorilla?
I never actually watched Magilla Gorilla.
I don't remember it at all.
So I can't answer your question, unfortunately.
I also remember this episode of remember Speed Buggy, where it was a talking car. But I don't remember Magilla Gorilla that well. I remember it was a gorilla in a shop window when apparently that was still legal.
I remember the music video. You remember Cartoon?
The music video.
Remember Cartoon Network used to sometimes take older cartoons and like make like songs about them, and there would be music videos and shit.
Oh yes, yes,
Like
I do remember.
Like they did one that was like Johnny Quest, and it was like him, like the characters traveling through like this elaborate like board game, and they did a.
Do you remember like the '90s Johnny Quest?
Yeah.
Where he was like a badass and shit.
Yeah. They did a like Powerpuff Girls music video once too, where like there was a they actually used the giant monster idea, and I think it was actually Suitmation. You remember that?
I do remember this, yeah.
A really shitty Suitmation, but still.
All right, the Magilla Gorilla Show. Let's see the premise of this. I do remember that though.
Did
you watch Powerpuff Girls as a kid? Because I did.
Yeah, from Mojo Jojo. Shit.
Yeah, hell yeah, son.
Mojo Jojo.
There were only 31 episodes of Magilla Gorilla.
Apparently.
I guess that's a lot for stretching out this apparently complex premise.
Yeah, cartoons back in the day didn't have very elaborate premises.
The Magilla Gorilla Show, blah 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 blah.
The episode of Powerpuff Girls where Mojo Jojo was using dogs.
I don't remember this.
He had this like statue, and he was using it to mind control dogs.
Oh, I do remember this.
It was like my favorite episode, and they hardly ever played it, and it made me mad.
I remember the one where they fought Mojo Jojo and they won. That's the only one I remember.
Do you remember the one? And I don't recall the science, but there was a kid in like kindergarten who liked to eat paste, and somehow he turned into a giant paste monster.
I do remember this, and I thought it was horrible.
And I was like, "How you do this?"
Why you do this, Powerpuff Girls?
It wasn't even a case of how you do this. It was a case of, or why you do this. It was a case of how you do this.
How you do this, Craig McCracken?
How is that even possible, Craig McCracken?
It can't be. It's impossible.
Search your feelings. You know it to be true.
No. No, that was the Darth Vader one. His is like, no. No. Why are you doing this to me, Darth Vader?
This is the fucking...
Han. No, I'm not Han Solo. I'm the other one, Luke Skywalker's.
Is this the fucking, like...
He's just fucking up the whole scene. Fucking David Prowse is just like, I don't believe this, Colonel Hogan. He is fucking up the lines, Colonel Hogan.
It's like the Jerry Lewis version of...
Dave, why are you calling me Colonel Hogan? It's George Lucas.
Luke's nose sounds like fucking like Jerry Lewis. No! Lady!
Hi, Manoi. Dylan, would you like to learn the premise of Magilla Gorilla?
Oh, I would be thrilled to learn the premise of Magilla Gorilla.
Magilla Gorilla is a gorilla, ironically, who spends his time languishing in the front display window of a pet shop run by Melvin Peebles.
How is that ironic at all?
It was ironic because it wasn't ironic. It was more sarcastic.
Oh, it was sarcastically ironic.
Yes.
Well.
It was ironically ironic. Eating bananas and being a drain on the business... on the businessman's finances. Mr. Peebles, that's a name for you, marked down Magilla's price considerably. This is boring. But Magilla was invariably only purchased for short time, typically by some thieves who needed a gorilla to break into a bank or by an advertising agency looking for a mascot for their new product.
We want to rob a bank. Quick, we need a gorilla.
Do you want me to get us a gun, boss? No. Get us a fucking sarcastic bowler hat-wearing gorilla.
It's the perfect plan, because nobody will ever think of it, because it's too stupid.
Genius!
Colonel Hogan.
Ended up returning Magilla, forcing Mr. Peebles to refund their money. Magilla often ended each episode with his catchphrase, "We'll try again next week." Whoa!
Not a catchphrase. That's just stating...
I was surprisingly close.
That's just stating the facts. That's not a catchphrase. We'll try again next week. No, all right, Magilla.
Such a basic catchphrase, dude. I was almost exact. I was spot on with my with my thought on the potential allegorical nature of Magilla Gorilla and Wally Gator.
Really?
Check this shit out. The trials of Magilla Gorilla mirrored the attitudes that American citizens had towards racial integration during the Civil Rights Movement in the 1960s.
Coming next year, 12 years of Gorilla.
12 years Magilla. They should totally do that. I'd pay to see that. Some say the Magilla Gorilla show perpetuated the idea that non-whites should be... Oh, so it wasn't it was like an allegory for the opposing side.
So that's why they
Some say the
chose to
Magilla
make him
Gorilla
a
show
gorilla.
perpetuated the idea that non-whites should be segregated, with people selling Magilla to white customers who would inevitably return him to the pet shop by the end of each episode. Alright, that sounds like a little bit of, like, over-analysis, in my opinion.
This whole thing sounds like over-analysis, in my opinion.
I agree, but
it's
it
like,
is interesting.
Oh, he's a gorilla.
Because I suggested that it was involved with slavery, and this is close to that.
He's a gorilla,
I still think
and he's
involved in slavery.
He's a gorilla, and he's being sold, and in the past, apes were a euphemism for black people in certain circles. So it makes sense.
Well, the idea, I suppose, is that they couldn't accept that Magilla Gorilla was similar enough to them, so they would return him because he was almost too smart. I don't know. I don't understand it. It's definitely over-analysis. I doubt Hanna Barbera was like, yeah, let's throw in some racial segregation allegory in there.
Because that's what Hanna Barbera is known for.
Allegory.
By the way, Hanna Barbera's Godzilla is about the nuclear holocaust.
Yes, it is indeed. Apparently not. I was more of a Wally Gator person than a Magilla Gorilla person, so I see the slavery allegory as being stronger in Wally Gator.
I never watched much of either. When it came to Hanna-Barbera, I was more just focused on, like, Flintstones, Jetsons, and then the serious Hanna-Barbera cartoons, like fucking Space Ghost.
Oh, yeah, serious Space Ghost.
Playing themselves...
Monkey wearing a superhero costume.
Okay.
Serious drama.
When I say serious, I mean, they take themselves seriously.
How do you wear cufflinks and like a collar, but you don't have a suit on?
Who are you talking about? Magilla Gorilla?
Wally Gator.
Oh, Wally Gator. Lots of cartoons did that, didn't they?
Really?
I think so.
Cufflinks, a collar, but no suit. Also no teeth. How does he eat? Do they cut out his teeth? The fucking barbarians.
He's got dentures. He doesn't like to talk about his age.
I think he was voiced by the same guy who did Snagglepuss and the Funky Phantom. Remember the Funky Phantom?
Oh god, the Funky Phantom.
The gayest cartoon ever, but gay in like an awesome way, where he was like, "Oh, Julius, we're here to stop the crooks. Oh no, my pants fell down."
That's the same guy that.
Woo!
That's the same guy that voices Snagglepuss.
I think so.
That makes so much sense because he was always at exit, stage left.
I think it was Snagglepuss.
Oh, Snagglepuss.
Oh, Snagglepuss, you snaggly puss, you.
You snaggled my puss. Wait, what?
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 Say what?
What?
Snagglepuss was like the fucking poor man's Pink Panther, in my opinion.
But Pink Panther never exited stage left.
But he looked like the Pink Panther.
You know the best part?
He also had the cufflinks, but no suit and no tie.
You know the best thing about the Pink Panther?
What?
His theme song.
Dude,
I used to have a CD with like a bunch of like cartoon theme songs on it, and that was one of them. And like, dude, you can just like chill out to that theme. I'm telling you, man.
Dude, that's like awesome smoke music. Just light up a bowl and just be like, oh shit, man.
When you get past just that theme though, like the whole track, man, it's like classic jazz, man. I'm like, oh.
I didn't watch much of the cartoon, though. I watched the movies as a kid, and I watched a little bit of the cartoon.
I never watched the movies, or really much of the cartoon. When it came to the cartoon, I just loved the theme, and when it came to the movies, I knew of their existence, but the only one I ever watched was the fucking remake.
I never saw the remake. I saw a little bit of the original, but I don't remember a thing about it, except that it existed, and I remember the trailer for the first Pink Panther remake.
Yes, it did exist.
It existed quite well.
Yes, Virginia, there was a Pink Panther.
what other Hanna-Barbera cartoons were there? Obviously, there were the Herculoids.
Yes, the Herculoids.
Did you think Hanna-Barbera was a single person as a kid? Because I thought it was one person.
Still want to cross Herculoids over with Hanna-Barbera Godzilla one day. I did.
I thought it was a chick named Hanna-Barbera, but actually it's Joe, Hanna, and something Barbera.
It's actually two dudes.
Yeah, it is two dudes.
Hanna-Barbera is a total sausage fest.
It is a sausage fest.
By that logic, this show is a total sausage fest.
William Hanna and Joseph Barbera.
William Hanna.
William Hanna. Suspiciously close to Wilford Billy.
I wonder if he's related to Daryl Hannah.
No idea.
You know who Daryl Hannah is, right?
No idea.
You don't know who Daryl Hannah is?
Name sounds familiar. Who is that motherfucker?
Oh, it's a chick.
Wait. Wasn't she... She wasn't like... the chick from Dukes of Hazzard, was she?
I'm not sure, actually. The two things that I most know her from... Okay, well, no wonder you don't know who she is then.
Jabberjaw! Remember Jabberjaw?
I remember Jabberjaw. The two things that I pretty much know Daryl Hannah from, which, now that I think about it, no wonder you don't know who she is Blade Runner and Kill Bill.
Oh, I found that blue dude you were talking about.
Yeah. What's his name?
Finding out now.
Anyway, she was one of the replicants.
Oh, guess what his name is, Dylan?
What?
Falcon.
Oh, okay. You ever...
Oh, and he also had the, He also had the Dino-Mutt pet. Remember that? Dino-Mutt?
Yeah, Dino-Mutt.
It was a robotic dog or some shit?
Dino-Mutt came back in an episode of, like, Dexter's Lab one time.
Yes, he did. I remember that.
Did you ever see a movie with Tom Hanks that I'm pretty sure was complete shit called Splash?
Sounds familiar.
Daryl Hannah's in that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
Dino-Mutt.
the two things I basically know her from is she was a replicant in Blade Runner, one of them, and she was one of the assassins in Kill Bill, which I know you haven't watched Kill Bill because...
No, I have not.
It's got my name in it, I can't watch.
It scares me and shit. I have traumatic memories, Dylan. Don't fuck with my traumatic memories. Because you don't put bear in a cage, you put cage in a bear. Dino-Mutt, Dexter's Lab. Yeah, he was like a giant monster in that shit. And Falcon was in it too.
What were we talking about?
Dino-Mutt.
Oh yeah, Dino-Mutt. Not to be confused.
Dino-Mutt.
Not to be confused, but Dynamite.
Dynamite or Black Dynamite.
Yeah, Black Dynamite.
Greatest cartoon ever.
I saw an episode the other night where they were fighting a giant white gorilla, and it was called Honky Kong.
There was an episode... I brought up Speed Buggy earlier, and here's why. There's an episode where they meet a giant ape.
Is it called Honky Kong?
No, it's called Kingzilla.
If it ain't called Honky Kong, I don't care.
No, it was called Kingzilla, and I always thought it was like... That is a weird way to combine Kong and Godzilla's names.
Yeah, and I've heard of Kongzilla.
I have. Matt Frank drew it.
Yeah, Kongzilla is actually pretty cool looking.
It's weird, but it's interesting. I guess you could say the same thing for all kaijus.
Yes.
But Kingzilla, it's almost like the Kong illusion is vague enough where it could be like King of the Monsters Godzilla.
Yeah, it was an ape.
It was a giant ape.
If it's going to be called Kingzilla, wouldn't it make more sense to make it a reptile of some kind?
I would assume so. They didn't.
Because, you know, King Kong, King is not the part of that name that is like ape-related. The Kong is. With Godzilla, the Zilla part of the name is the part that people associate with reptiles. So to call it Kingzilla, it sounds more like it should be a reptile than an ape.
It should.
Or maybe I'm putting way more thought into it than they did.
I'm assuming so. They didn't give a shit.
They don't give a shit, so...
They were just like, yeah, fucking giant monster, just throw it in there and have people fight it. No, there's not going to be a fight. It's just going to be literally he shows up, and that's it. Okay.
That's the story.
I accept this.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Entertainment. But yeah. I miss Hanna Barbera, Dylan. I want to go back to Hanna Barbera and just watch a shit ton of it.
Go to Boomerang.
We should watch that too, Hanna Barbera Godzilla.
We should.
I have 2 volumes of it on DVD.
We should watch the laser beam Goji in all his glory.
Da-na-na-na, up from the depths, 30 stories high. We should totally watch that and do commentaries on it.
I know Godzilla the series is technically a better show, but it doesn't have laser beams.
It doesn't have laser beams. It does have fire breath though, which is cool. So Dylan,
well, you know what? Hanna-Barbera Godzilla has both.
Indeed, which makes them cooler. We're about an hour and a half in. Should we start to wrap this up?
Also, he has Godzuki. Is there anything else we need to or want to talk about?
Not really.
No. G-Fest. It's happening. G-Fest, it's happening.
G-Fest, let's finish up on G-Fest. So, a trailer may or may not have already gone up at the time of your listening to this. Probably not, for our videos that will corroborate with G-Fest. What's going to happen is the trailer will go up, and then as soon as possible, we're going to start uploading videos from us being in person together and the road trip itself as soon as we're able. I'm not sure how quickly they're going to go up, but they will go up at some point, either during or right after G-Fest. The podcasts should go up almost immediately, but we'll see. And this might also be easier because we're going to have multiple computers, so we may actually be able to render and edit and also upload multiple videos at once, so that'll be helpful, since there'll be 3 of us working on it.
Yes, even though I still use, shitty editing software, so...
Well, it's better than nothing.
I haven't invested in good editing software.
Again, it's better than nothing. The first video that will go up will either be the commentary or... Should we do a DFOS and a commentary, or just a DFOS commentary?
It's up to you. I mean, we've never done any more DFOS commentary since the last one. It'll be weird, though, having that be episode 31.
No, this is episode 31.
Alright, this is... Well, it'll be weird having that be episode 32.
Well, who cares? I mean... Well, because we're going to do a road DFOS, so... Should we save that for the road and then just do the commentary in person and do the Let's Plays and everything? We'll see what happens.
We'll do whatever the fuck we feel like doing.
There's going to be a lot of shit going up. A lot of podcasting, a lot of vlogging, a lot of gaming, a lot of hilarity, and a lot of shenanigans are going to happen at G-Fest.
All right, audience. We'll do whatever the fuck we feel like doing.
We'll do whatever we want. You may or may not see it. That's the point. But be sure to like the Sons of Sarazawa Network homepage for more updates on G-Fest as it happens. Be sure to go to Toho Nation for also more updates on G-Fest, as we will post there regularly. Also, I'm going to throw this out there. If you want more continuous updates on G-Fest, follow me on Twitter at Bill_Worster. I don't announce that enough, but you can follow me on Twitter, and you'll be able to follow my escapades at G-Fest, or our escapades at G-Fest, more closely on Twitter than on Facebook, since that takes longer and is a little bit more official. Twitter's more quick and more concise.
Through the use of the tweeter, Bill can tweet all this shit that's going on.
Indeed. So be sure to follow me on Twitter at Bill_Worster for more updates on G-Fest. But
that is what the tweeter is for.
Indeed.
You tweet us, and we'll tweet you, and hopefully everyone tweets each other nicely.
Everyone. It's just a Twitter. It's just a Twitter-G.
And now I'm just rambling because nothing to say.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
Because sometimes there's a man.
Sometimes there's a man. What else should we announce in terms of G-Fest? I guess there's really nothing else to say except that Godzilla Odyssey is coming soon.
Yeah. We're finally making real fucking progress, everybody.
Yeah, it's almost... The first 3 issues are on their way. Issues 1 and 2 are almost done completely. and we're working on 3 soon. We'll actually probably have more to announce during G-Fest than we do actually right now. I know we promised we would have a lot to announce this week, but alas, we do not, because of all the preparation for G-Fest and because of how busy we've both been, so we actually don't have as much to announce as we thought we would. Sorry about that. But more to announce next week, as it'll be almost ready to release. There actually should be some teaser stuff going up for Odyssey during G-Fest, so look forward to that, and we're going to pimp it out a lot during G-Fest, so look out for that. Maybe even a teaser trailer, though that'll probably come afterwards, because of I'll have to edit it, and that'll take time and effort.
If you're a member of Toho Nation, there are plans at some point in the near future to unleash the logo for Godzilla Odyssey, so look out for that.
And create the Facebook page that we've been talking about for a while.
Right, but it was just...
And we'll release that, and you can like it and follow it.
There was just no need to do it yet, because...
We didn't have anything.
It wasn't... Well, I did.
Shut up, Dylan. So G-Fest is happening. We are excited.
Yes.
Very excited.
Yes.
It's gonna happen. So again, be sure to follow me on Twitter for more updates on G-Fest as they happen. Friend me on Facebook. Billy Worster on Facebook if you want to friend me there. Friend Dillion McCandless, Andres Perez. Also for updates on G-Fest as it happens more quickly than the videos, if the videos aren't quick enough for you, or Toho Nation and Sons of Sarazawa Network aren't good enough for you, which in that case you're needy. You can also friend us on Facebook if you wish. Because Dylan has come out of the shadows and revealed himself to the public finally.
Digitally, yes.
Digitally. Not yet. I still don't know what Dylan looks like in person, so I'll find that out when G-Fest happens, and we'll probably play that up a lot as it happens.
Soon, the average-looking white guy will be revealed.
To another average-looking white guy and an average-looking Mexican.
Who acts like an average-looking white guy.
Indeed, it's going to be fucked up. I just can't wait, dude. I'm so excited. And I hope you're excited too to experience it with us. And we hope to see you at G-Fest. So if anybody's going to G-Fest who happens to be a fan of the Demons from Outer Space or knows our stuff or just happens to listen to this, be sure to let us know in the comments that you're going to be there. And who knows, maybe we'll cross paths.
Yeah, maybe we'll cross paths and you'll be like, yo, I can't believe we're meeting you in person, and I'll be all, get that fucking camera out of my face. And it'll be
all Shia LaBeouf recently being arrested and shit. So be sure to look out for us at G-Fest. You may or may not recognize us because you're just hearing our voices, but who knows? We'll be the fuckers wearing Godzilla t-shirts and Dylan's case Shark t-shirts because he's too lazy to buy a Godzilla shirt.
I am not too lazy. I just don't have one.
Isn't there a Hot Topic or Spencer's near you?
There's a Hot Topic at our mall. I don't know if they have any.
They have Godzilla t-shirts. They definitely do.
But the question is finding one in my size.
What size are you? If you don't mind revealing that personal information.
Depends on the brand. Usually a XX, but some brands I have to go up to a triple because some brands are made really small.
I'm a single double myself. But I think I'm shorter than you, so that's more the reason than the other reason. But what's your shoe size though? Because mine's a 13.
I wear a 15. I carry a 50 cal.
I carry an AK.
Oh, okay, that's nice. I carry a...
Just in case you kill every motherfucker in the room.
Except no substitutes. I carry a standard issue bazooka. You know.
So anyway, G-Fest.
G-Fest.
Look out for us at G-Fest. Also coming along with G-Fest will be a group review of Dawn of the Planet of the Apes when we actually see it.
It will dawn, and we will... It will
dawn. It will rise and dawn of the planet of the Terminators, of the Godzillas, of the Guardians, of the Avengers, of the Lycans.
Whoa.
Of the apes.
Soon, the rise of the dawn of the escape from the battle for the conquest of beneath the planet of the apes.
No, beneath, rise, dawn of the rise, beneath
See, you just need to quit while you're ahead, Bill.
Sorry. All right, never mind.
See, the new continuity has made it so difficult because I used to just always say, escape from the battle for the conquest beneath the planet of the apes.
Now it's dawn of the rise of the escape of the Spartacus.
The rise of the Lycans and
Guardians, Age of Ultron, Godzilla.
Dark Knight Rises.
Man of Steel. So Dylan, what else do we have to announce GFest wise? We announced the review. More stuff on Odyssey will come up during GFest. I think that's fitting. What else do we have to say though, dude? I mean, you know, it's gonna be exciting.
Nothing else as far as you and me is concerned. But in terms of collaborations, continue to look out for an upcoming series called Ultrathon, in which I and Adam Noyce will...
Well, we're Ultra Thongs.
No, where we... well, he might. But we will...
Adam is unpredictable like that.
But we will... but we will discuss... What was I talking about?
I have no idea.
Ultrathon. Ultrathon, in which we will be discussing Ultra 7. Currently my life. Aside from Star Trek. My life. It's like a few months ago when my life consisted of Trigun and Attack on Titan. Right now it's fucking Ultra 7 and Star Trek.
Mine consisted of House.
I know, Bill.
I knew, but you should too, Dylan.
I've been made painfully aware. No.
Painfully. I'll make it even more painful.
Goodbye.
So, anyway, I think that's going to do it for this week's episode of Demons from Outer Space. Until the aforementioned GFest road trip coming up soon, I am Bill Worcester, a.k.a. Zazubaar.
I am Super DM64.
And as always, my father enters the room at the wrong time. And them Germans, they be fucked up, but they're kind of the same thing. Bye, everyone!